There were two kids. One was 8 and the other was 11. Brothers, living in the same house, and as every single child, they were playing together, knowing that their games have no limitations. They know that as long as they can imagine it, they can have it. As long as they can imagine it, they can see it. They live it. They feel it. They can even touch it. It is so vivid and it is so real. And one day, their father brought home a foot-long device made of paper and cork, and they played with it, believing that this is the real world and this is not just a toy. They were very interested in that toy, as if it enlightened a certain nerve in their brains that was created for this thing that they don't know yet, but have a complete faith that this is possible, and one day they will be able to share this feeling with the whole world. Then they grew up and didn't spend much time during their youth and their early career with their special interest, as both of them went to high school and became editors and publishers of a weekly regional newspaper. And they knew that this does not mean who they are, and this is not why they are here. So they decided to go after what their hearts are telling them, and they decided to take the road of faith. So they opened their sales and repair shop for bicycles that allow them to fund their experimentations. They started to gather as much information as possible from many different sources such as magazines, but also from institutions and drawings of Leonardo da Vinci and many others. The more the brothers investigated and the more knowledge they observed, the more manifested their belief for people that their dream was nearly impossible. The two brothers never gave up and pursued their dream. They believed that this is going to work. They believed that even though everyone around them is saying that this is absolutely impossible, and questioned their sanity. People made fun out of them over and over again. But they stood still and kept going after their dream, moving between a failure to another without losing their enthusiasm. In 1903, the brothers' perseverance finally paid off. They managed to make the first flight of mankind for 12 seconds. With a flight device made of wooden propellers and a built-in gasoline engine, inspired by the toy they were playing with at the age of 8 and 11. We're talking about the Wright brothers here. Can you even imagine that? They made it. They lived their dream. They were able to fly, literally. What would you say if someone told you for more than 100 years that he's going to invent something that will make humans fly? You'd probably make fun out of them. We're able to travel between continents in just a few hours because the Wright brothers decided to follow their hearts. Because their faith was stronger than the criticism they faced. Because they believed. Faith is what you need. If you're truly seeking the path of achieving your goals and dreams, faith is the cornerstone of that path. It's the infrastructure. Without it, your dreams will fall apart and collapse. Denzel Washington used to say, "True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you set beforehand to indicate that it's yours already." God is sending you a message that it's yours. You just need to believe in it. When you get these thoughts about your special goals that don't make any sense to people, have the courage to believe in yourself and know that you're more than capable of achieving these goals. If you looked around, you'll find that everything was someone's dream and we only have them because they believed in them when no one else did. Because people will try their best to put you down and convince you that this is silly and you're being mad. They will even make fun out of you. Don't listen to them, listen to the lonely voice that's telling you this is what you truly want, even though it doesn't make any sense, even though there is nothing around proving that it can happen. Don't have hope, because hope means that there is a good chance that you can achieve it. Have faith instead, as it means that there is no going back, as it means that you know from inside that you can do it. So no matter what happens to you along the road, you still believe that it can happen. Especially when everyone is telling you that this is insane. But they're only telling you this because they'd already switched off their dreams as they didn't get people's approval. I once read a quote saying, if people are not laughing at your dreams, then your dreams are not big enough. I worked for a company and I've been assigned the task that everyone ran away from and didn't accept it, which is managing an underdog team that the company was thinking about distributing this team among the others as their performance wasn't enough for the company. I remember when someone told me, this is your first time to be a manager, so if I were in your place I wouldn't risk my name with this team. I love the challenges very much, so I accepted the challenge and began to manage the team on the 7th day of the month. The company gave me a month of trial to check whether this team is going to be able to achieve the lowest acceptable targets or not, so that they can take an operational decision regarding that. I didn't only want this team to achieve their targets, I wanted to move mountains. I believe that this team is way capable of just being a mediocre team. I believe that this team can beat all the others, so I started to act accordingly. Some of them were like, okay, we've got ourselves a mad manager who doesn't know what he's doing. And one of my team members said, I think this is impossible because we're already at the 7th of the month and we're at the bottom of the list. I think that we need to see it before we believe it. And I replied, no. If we believe it, then we can see it, not the other way around. We all started to work towards our target accordingly and believe that we can. We started to pick up week after week and our conversations changed. As one of my team members said, to be honest with you, I didn't believe that this is possible when you first set this target to us, but now after what I've seen, I'll make sure that we're gonna finish at the top. And guess what? At the end of the month, we managed to finish on top of all of the others. And people were amazed and wanted to know how on earth we did it. The answer is simple. We just dare to believe that we can. That's exactly what I want you to do with your dreams. Believe in them the most and don't you ever give up, as the miracles happen just after you hit the rock bottom. Have faith. You owe this to yourself.